The Face of Judas Iscariot. Story written by Bonnie Chamberlain. An old priest told this story to Bonnie Chamberlain when he was very young. Centuries ago, a great artist was engaged to paint a mural for the cathedral in a Sicilian town. Mural means wall painting. The subject was the life of Jesus. For many years the artist labored diligently, and finally the painting was finished except for the two most important figures. The figures of the child Jesus and Judas Iscariot. He searched far and wide for people who could be models for these two figures. One day while walking in an old part of the city, he came upon some children playing in the street. Among them was a 12-year-old boy whose face stirred the painter's heart. It was the face of an angel, a very dirty one. Perhaps, but the face he needed. The artist took the child home with him, and day after day the boy sat patiently until the face of the Christ child was finished. But the painter still found no one to serve as model for the portrait of Judas. For years, haunted by the fear that his masterpiece would remain unfinished, he continued his search. The story of the unfinished masterpiece spread afar, and many men, fancying themselves of wicked countenance, offered to pose as models for the face of Judas. But the artist was not satisfied. He wanted his Judas to be a man whose life had been destroyed by greed and lust. Then one afternoon, as he sat in the tavern over his daily glass of wine, a gaunt and tattered figure staggered across the threshold and fell upon the floor. "Wine, wine," he begged. The painter lifted him up, and looked into a face that startled him. It seemed to bear the marks of every sin of mankind. Greatly excited, the old painter helped the profligate to his feet.
"Come with me, and I will give you wine, and food and clothing," he said.
Here at last was the model for Judas. For many days and part of many nights the painter worked feverishly to complete his masterpiece. As the work went on, a change came over the model. A strange tension replaced the stuporous anger, and his bloodshot eyes were fixed with horror on the painted likeness of himself. One day, perceiving his subject's agitation, the painter paused in his work.
"My son, I'd like to help you," he said. "What troubles you so?"
"Do you not then remember me? Years ago I was your model for the child Jesus."
It was indeed ironic that a man who as a child had the face of an angel, now has a face that was completely evil. The suggestion is that man is born innocent. But slowly he becomes wicked and loses his innocence. This is a story about all of us.